If you've ever opened a free tech course and thought, okay, but where do I actually start? This is for you. Welcome to the Complete Learning Roadmap. 51 videos, 8 series, one clear path that takes you from your very first Linux command all the way to securing AI systems. Think of this video as the map that makes the whole free library finally click into place. So why does a video like this even need to exist? Because a huge free library can actually work against you. Jump straight into Kubernetes before you're comfortable in a Linux shell, and you'll spend more time confused than learning. The fix is simple. A map. Start with a solid foundation, branch into the specialty that excites you, then build toward mastery. Each series feeding the next until you've got a skill set someone would actually hire. So here's the map itself, broken into 3 levels. Foundation is where everyone starts. Linux Essentials, no experience required. Just the ground floor, everything else stands on. Specialty is where you pick your lane. Networking, Auth, infrastructure, data, or observability. Each one a self-contained track. And mastery is the high-value end, security and AI security, skills that cut across everything you've learned before. Let's start at the ground floor. Linux Essentials, 5 short videos that take a total beginner from zero to confident at the terminal. You'll learn where files live, who's allowed to touch them, how to actually drive the system from the command line, how identity and sudo work, and finally, how to run programs and install packages. Watch these 5 in order. Everything else on the roadmap quietly assumes you already have them. Once those fundamentals click, step 2 is choosing a specialty. There are 5 tracks waiting. Networking, 13 videos on how the web really works. Auth, 4 videos on logins, tokens, and sessions. Infra and DevOps, covering Docker, CI/CD, and infrastructure as code. Data, 10 videos on databases, scaling and caching, and observability. 5 videos on metrics, logs, and tracing. Pick the one closest to where you want to go. Each track stands on its own, and more are on the way. Once you've planted your flag in a specialty, step 3 takes you to the high-value end of the map, security. Security Explained is 5 videos on OWASP, injection, auth attacks, secrets, and hardening. It cuts across every track you just chose from, and it's the skill employers pay the most for. Then comes AI security. Explained, 5 more videos on prompt injection, data leakage, tool use, and securing RAG and agents. That's the newest frontier, and honestly, it's where this whole catalog is pointing. So here's the whole journey on a single slide. On the left, Linux Essentials, your foundation. In the middle, the 5 specialties you can pick from: networking, Auth, infra, data, and observability. And on the right, the mastery tracks, security, and AI security. Read it left to right. The foundation feeds every specialty, and the specialties feed mastery. That's the map. Now let's zoom into the first path for those who've never opened a terminal in their life. Start with all 5 Linux Essentials videos in order and get genuinely comfortable moving around the shell. Then networking, so you understand how machines actually talk to each other. After that, infra, DevOps, and data. That's where you start running real applications. And finally, security, to protect what you've built. Don't rush this. The foundation is what separates people who memorize commands from people who actually understand Linux. But maybe you already know your destination. In that case, jump straight to it. If you're aiming for backend development, follow networking. Data, Auth, then security. Heading into DevOps or cloud. Go Linux, infra, observability, security. Chasing pen test work, Linux, networking, security, then AI security. And if you're building with AI, lock in security first, then all 5 AI security videos. Skip ahead with confidence. But if something feels shaky, the foundation is always waiting for you. Here's something worth noticing. These series aren't sealed off from each other. The Linux permissions you learn early on become the principle of least privilege in security. Networking concepts like TLS and DNS quietly underpin everything in Auth and Infra. Observability is literally how you'll catch security and AI issues later. Watch in order and you'll feel the pieces click. That's the whole design. So, how does each video actually work? The format is deliberately simple. One concept per video, around 20 minutes long. Short enough to finish in a sitting, but deep enough to leave you with something real. Expect live terminals, clear diagrams, and mental models you can actually reuse. And no gatekeeping. When a piece of jargon shows up, it gets explained every time. Before we go further, let's clear out a few myths that hold beginners back. You don't need a computer science degree to start. Linux Essentials is the real entry point, and thousands of working pros came up exactly this way. Skipping fundamentals to chase Kubernetes or AI sounds exciting, but it collapses fast. Foundation first actually makes the trendy stuff feel easy later. And remember, watching isn't learning. Keep a terminal open. Run every command yourself. The roadmap points the way, but your hands are what make it stick. So, how do you actually get through a roadmap this big? Start at the foundation and follow one path all the way to the end. Don't half-finish 5 series at once. Type every command in a real terminal instead of letting episodes autoplay in the background. And when something feels shaky, circle back. Skipping the boring basics is the fastest way to get stuck 3 months in. Here's the whole library, laid out in one view. 9 tracks, 51 videos, from Linux Essentials and networking on the foundation side, through Infra, data, security, and Auth in the middle, up to Observability and AI security at the top end. Networking and data are the heaviest, which tells you something about where the real depth lives. And every single one is free on the channel, with new episodes landing regularly. So let's pull it all together into a simple plan. Start with Linux Essentials. That part isn't optional. It's the ground everything else stands on. Then pick one specialty track that fits where you want to go, and layer security and AI security on top once you've got real footing. Follow the path in order. Don't try to binge 5 tracks at once, and whenever you watch, actually type along. That's how this sticks. And here's the one mental model I want you to carry through everything. It's a staircase, not a buffet. The buffet approach is grabbing random advanced videos that look exciting, and nothing sticks because there's no foundation under them. The staircase approach is climbing in order, where each step quietly holds the next one up. Do that, and the topics people call hard just stop feeling hard. So once you've climbed that staircase, how do you turn understanding into a real skill you can get paid for? 3 moves. Watch the path here on the channel. It's free and it gives you the map. Then practice hands-on. Type the commands, break things, fix them. And when you're ready to go deeper, the Dargslan courses pick up exactly where these videos point. Same style, just structured, project-based, and a lot more time at the keyboard. So here's your first move. And it really is just one move. Open the Linux Essentials playlist and watch Episode 1, the Linux File System. 1 video today. Don't plan the whole journey. Don't pick a specialty yet. Just start. And when you're ready to go deeper with a structured, hands-on path, the courses at dargslan.com/courses are waiting whenever you get there. Before we wrap up, I've got a quick question for you. Where are you starting from today? Maybe you're a total beginner who's never opened a terminal. Maybe you're switching careers from something completely different. Or maybe you're already coding and just filling in the gaps. Drop a comment and tell me, and I'll point you to the exact episode that makes the most sense for where you are right now. So that's it. You've got the map. Now take the first step. Head over to Linux Essentials, Episode 1, and hit subscribe so every part of this path is waiting for you when you're ready. I'll see you in the first episode. Let's get started.